you would ask me 5, 7 years ago, having my own talent agency was not in my blueprint anywhere. There was a famous rap video that my clients, when they find out that I'm in it, they were like, I used to have a crush on that girl. That's you.
From 5-year-old gospel prodigy to rapper. I mean, can we just...
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I'm telling you, the more you open your mouth, the more I'm just like, what?
This is Unscripted.
LyNea Bell, aka LB, is the founder and president of Bell Hall Talent Incorporated, a full-service talent agency to the stars in television, film, comedy, commercial, print, and literary. Beauty, brains, and bravado, this triple threat boss has also written her name in the history books as the first female and African-American female to create and launch a global search engine. Be inspired by this woman's phenomenal journey and learn more about how she navigates a life unscripted. You know, I was telling you that this is Women's History Month, and that's another reason why I was excited to have you on, because we are always talking about his story, history. But I want to hear more about the LB, her story, what got her here. You know, a lot of times people lose the faith they have for their own dream because they think maybe, you know, I don't have enough to make it. I have enough resources. I don't know enough people. Maybe it's too late in life, whatever that is. But you've had an interesting and a great journey. I mean, from 15 years in the industry as a corporate exec with Fortune 500 companies, not like the little rinky-dink stuff we're talking about. And then seeing yourself, you know, in this role of stirring up others' gifts and putting them on platforms so that their purpose can shine. I mean, just talk to us a little bit about your journey here.
I don't know if you know, I'm a triplet. My mom's paralyzed. So she's been a quote unquote quadriplegic since we were 2.5 years old. So from her, I garnered the there's no such thing as I can't. There's no such thing of any of those things. It was, you know, if you need some assistance, if you need this. So we learned very early to be very independent. And that was cool. Like my mom cooked. The only thing she couldn't do was walk. Like she took a disability that, you know, something that happened, tragic that happened. And then she flipped it. And she said, okay, I may not be able to walk, but I'll be able to do all these other things. So that's kind of what we grew up with, me and my two brothers. And then she, while being paralyzed, she had another child 11 years later, right? So in that mode, we always understood strength and independence. So that's where a lot of the I have to get this done part things, because when I look at it, I don't have an excuse. I can walk. I can do some of these things. So what's stopping me? And then once you get out of the psychological aspect of it and you start looking at your gifts that you've been given and, you know, and then start, you know, turning the outward of the world to the inward of our Father above, the transition starts to change in you. And then, so that's kind of been my journey. This, where I am today is because of the refocus of values and goals and the things that were instilled in me from youth. You know, I wrote my first gospel song at 5 years old. The Lord was talking to me when I was a baby, but I didn't understand. And all these things are coming out. I won't say these things, but these puzzles and the remembrance of everything that he was sharing with me is actually showing out. It's not actually coming out, if that kind of answers any of your questions.
And I just don't want to blow past this because you just like, yeah, I was 5. I wrote my first gospel song. Like, skirt. Like, wait a minute. That is like amazing.
Called On Top of the Rainbow. I still sing it to myself sometimes, but yes.
Really? What are the lyrics? Do you mind sharing the lyrics of of what it was about?
It was on top of the rainbow, on top of the rainbow. I know there's this person I really love. On top of the rainbow, there's this person I really love. His name is Jesus. His name is Jesus. He's my one and all. That is part of the song.
I'm saying, I'm just saying you might have to team up with some of your people and write that for the children. Because I could hear them singing that. That's beautiful.
The rainbow. That was my.
Okay. Oh, it had a little pop with it.
It had a little pop to it. Yes.
All right. I hear you. I love that. I love that. So now flash forward. Here you are. What brings LyNea to LA? What brings LyNea into the entertainment industry?
Well, okay, so from Seattle, hey, 206. Okay, so being from Seattle, I actually, please don't ask me to rap because I'm not, but I used to be a rapper.
All right.
I was in the music industry. Me and my cousin, we had even started a rap group. We opened for the Sir Mix-a-Lots, the Salt and Peppers. Like we rapped. And then I moved into hosting celebrities. There was something called the Cool Out Network in Seattle. Hi, Giorgio, I miss you. But I used to host rappers, entertainers that would come to town, new and existing. And so I've always been in the industry. And then take it back beyond that. My mom was an actress, a singer, and a producer. So I had always been in the industry. We just didn't know what it was. And my two brothers were in a boy group, and they were Galaxy. So she always had us doing something. My mom at one time lived in California with us, and I missed the sunshine. I didn't want 4 seasons. I just wanted sunny California.
One season, right?
One season. So I got married this guy I knew for like 6 months because he saved my life because I thought I owed him my life. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. But this is unscripted. Thought I owed him my life, married him to close the chapter of a 10-year relationship that I was broken about to ended, and then left to Los Angeles.
From 5-year-old gospel prodigy to rapper. I mean, can we just come on with it, girl? I'm telling you, the more you open your mouth, the more I'm just like, what?
I did rap videos. So there's a famous, I won't say a famous, but there was a famous rap video that my clients, when they find out that I'm in it, they were like, I used to have a crush on that girl. That's you? Oh, now you're my agent.
That's you.
It's Sir Mix-a-Lot. His Sir Mix-a-Lot is his Posse on Broadway.
You have obviously the talent, you have the inclination, you have the genes to entertain, for performance. But now here you are helping lift the careers and purpose of 200 plus other clients. What shifts into that world?
Funny story. Because I had been doing it and already a part of it for so long, yeah. I just didn't have a title. So fast forward, I was in a bad car accident. My younger brother, my mom, his name is Jewel. Hi, bro. He is a musical part. His voice is amazing, and he raps as well, right? Go figure. And he had a manager that talked to me, and he was like, "Your sister's super smart." So he encouraged me to partner with him. And then fast forward, we did a screening for and a birthday party for Angel Conwell and Bentley Cal Evans' new show called Family Time. And that's where I met Sheila Leggett, who I didn't know at the time was the VP of Talent at Media Artist Group. So while I was there and I was help redirecting people and doing stuff, people were asking me like, did you put this on? Are you running this? I'm like, no, I'm just helping. And when I met Sheila, she was like, you need to be my partner. We need to work together. And I was like, really, what? And then to be there for 3 years. And then I left to 90210. And I was honored that some of the clients followed me. And at 90210, I then, within a year or less than a year, we started BH Talent, my own agency.
I love that because it kind of just reemphasizes how on your path of purpose, things progress when you're paying attention and being present about the thing that's right in front of you, and you keep doing that and doing that well and enjoying what you're doing. I'd love to hear what some of the highlights of serving people in that way had given you.
The wins, like if the work you put in and you get an offer, like, okay, your client, we want series regular. One of our clients just got a series regular. Another client is on their 3rd year of an offer for series regular. Like, to be able to share and laugh and scream with them on the phone with that, the excitement is so amazing. Booking a national commercial, booking an arc. It's like, wait, what? And then for me, negotiating some more money for them when this is all that they were getting offered and we can take it a little bit more. That's the part I love. But that part is so fulfilling to me because I got to be a part of someone's future, to be able to help and say, hey, look what we did. And that's including with my team. We get to say, as I'm speaking for me, I'm speaking for my team as well, that look at what we got to be a part of. And oh my God. And that's all because all of us believed in each other to make this part happen.
The audience is loving your approach to it, wanting to be a part of the help and the growth, servant-minded and serving others. Yeah, everybody's focusing in on that, escorting others to their destiny. Awesome. Yeah, it is. And in that, your fulfillment comes, right? Because you see that as your purpose.
But if you would have asked me 5-7 years ago, having my own talent agency was not in my blueprint anywhere. Not at all. Matter of fact, when it came up to start your own agency, I was scared. I actually thought clients would leave me. I was like, oh my God, my own agency. I was so scared. I was scared of failure. I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do this. The inside of me was, I can do this. The outside of me was like, because it was a lot to think about.
Right. But I love that you're sharing that because, again, we were just having this conversation that every time you level up, there's a little bit of that because you've never been in that place before, right? So every time, what was your ceiling is now your floor. So now you're here, you've got to learn some new stuff. You're not acclimated to everything. There's a little bit of a learning curve all the time, right? So I hope that you all are encouraged to hear that, oh, wow, no matter how far up you go, the ladder, right? There's always still that little point of adjusting and you run to the roar, right? You run to the roar, you face the challenge and you make it happen. There's no can't, as LyNea Bell.
There's no can't. For me, my motto is what I don't know, I'm going to know. And then I'm creating the agency that I've always wanted. That's so what my agency, the way it's ran is the way I think it should be. I never worked in the mailroom. I never did any of that stuff. So I am learning. I've learned and thank God to a great mentor that I had, Sheila. I learned right then and there what that was to be and what I did like and what I didn't like. I don't like competition with my agents. So my team or my partners is what I call them. So guess what? You know what? We share everything. We share in the wins. We are full transparent. Everybody is all in grouped so we can work and communicate together as one because I don't believe betting against agents, right? Because that's just too much. The talent should know or client should know that everybody is loving on you and everybody wants to see you win and everybody's going to be pushing you forward. Will you have one point agent? Absolutely. But do you have a team behind you? You better believe it, right? And that makes us different.
I have, in doing my research, seen numerous times in different bios of you that, you're often described as the most aggressive and tenacious talent rep in Hollywood. Let me just be real. Being in news, I remember a time when, I was described as tenacious and aggressive about what I did. And it wasn't always in a nice way. Do you know what I mean? It was like, you need to bring that edge down a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
Well, when I was at Media Artist Group, that's what they were saying. You're a little too aggressive. You need to tone it down. Having my own agency, I don't have to tone it down. Ooh. I'm creating what I think it should be. And if that is just a level, so to me, it's not a superpower. It's just me. But if I have to lower my standards for who I am to be somewhere else, then that place isn't for me. So for me, protecting, that's just what I do. It's my natural character. Me being aggressive and me believing in something, that's just my character. That's just what I do. So it is what it is as far as I'm concerned. So no, it's not a superpower. It is just what I do. Aggressive. Do I believe in negotiating and understanding people's values? Absolutely. Am I going to let anyone just take anything? We're going to talk this one out real quick.
Right. I love it. But, I also think that part of it is a definite, how we define things.
Yes.
Am I really being aggressive or am I just being assertive? Like, am I being aggressive would you use that same negative connotation for the word on a man? We'll get it.
They would say something different. They'd high five.
Oh, he's tenacious. Oh,
yes,
wow, he's a go-getter, right? Right.
And I made it positive for me because I'm like, I own all of it.
Right.
I'm like, absolutely, yes.
Well, they're saying, love it, Miss Bell. Love it, Miss Bell. Yeah, you don't have to tone it down. Let your light shine.
Sun shines. That's what I always say. Shine, do you, be you, and shine. And that's what we're all about. Do you, be you, and shine.
I love that. Do you, be you, and shine. You have to lower your standards. That place is not for you. Jasiri coming in. Such a great question. Work for you so you can be you and attract those who like how you do what you do. Yes. Well, thank you, Jasiri. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. This is the connection through which I came to know you. I got my love, God over this love. Yes, I got my hoodie. And so let's talk about this thing that you created on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, for those of you who don't know yet, it is a pretty phenomenal app that we have all found ourselves sucked into, and sometimes too much so during the day. But it's a great app where you come in and it's all voice driven, but you can share rooms and conversations about all sorts of topics. That's how I met LyNea LB. They had a room where they were doing a morning devotional, and I was like, what's this about? Let me go in here and check it out. And they were just inviting people to come up, and they would have a topic and they would share devotional. And it wasn't like heavy, thee, thou art, thoueth, type of, good King James. It was kind of like, let's just talk about the word. Let's talk about inspiration, and just meet us at the place, whatever your faith, belief is. We're Christians, but, we welcome everybody to come in, and, we're here to support and love on you. And there were such great moments. I mean, even in my first few days in that room, that made me go, this is special what's happening in here. People are feeling heard and seen, which is funny because you don't see anybody. You just see a picture, but you hear their voice, but they're feeling seen and they're feeling heard, and they are lifting burdens. They are breaking through and getting connected into help. We've helped connect people for eating disorders. We've connected people with therapists for mental health things like depression and different things.
13 people have given their lives to Christ.
There have been people giving their lives to Christ. I mean, there's so much that has been happening within that room. And I said those two first because I think most people expect that if it's a Christian room that there's some evangelizing going on, but I don't know that people always expect that you're attending to the whole person. Correct. Like, you're not just saying, oh, you have an eating disorder, let's pray about it. Okay, I hope that works out. You know what I mean? It's about, what do we do for you once you leave this space? And that, to me, was what notched that up.
COVID happened.
Right.
COVID happened. Right. And I picked up my Bible. My son left to go live with his dad. And I said, Lord, it's me and you. He said, you already know what I told you to do, it goes back to 2006, God Connections. So then I love a challenge. I started walking with Craig, and I was like, Craig, I entered us in this contest. $5,000 is the quickest way to change your body. Let's see if we can do it up, right? And it became we're just gonna walk and talk. And then I told Nisha all about it, and she was like, hey, I used to walk 20, I think she said like 15,000 steps or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that too. So she came on and started walking. And as we started walking and it started progressing, and we started talking about what this was like and talking about God, talking about everything, it was like, I was like, imagine everybody across the world in on this walking and talking. Fast forward to, 6 months later, I applied for four clubs.
Oh wow.
And the only one that came through was God Connections, and that was the Lord saying, I told you that was the one we're going to do. And I said, okay. So I called Nisha, I called Craig, I said, Monday we're doing God Connection. And that was the week before Thanksgiving. The week before Christmas. And that's how that started.
Out of this God over this, the next thing I know, you come in the room one day and say, okay, look, I'm about to launch this private search engine, and God's already talked to me about this, and you're going to be able to just jump online, take back your privacy, private search, no personalized search results are going to be, sold to third-party trackers. We're not going to grab your IP address and sell that either. No, your personal information. And so that's what we're doing. We're getting ready to launch in like a week. I was like, what just happened? What just happened? You just don't have that conversation every day with somebody. We're about to launch a search engine. You have to tell us about gotcon.com. But first, I want our folks to check this out. I would drop my mic, but it's too expensive. But that, okay. So you said it's about, it stood for God's Over This Connection. So GotCon, that's where that came from.
That's where that came from. But in 2020, my son's like, Mom, no one's going to type in Got Connections. That's just way too long. So I prayed about it. And then the Lord told me GotCon, 2 N's. I talked to my mom. She's like, oh, everybody's going to think you're conning someone. I'm like, no, God, no, because it meant God's over this, calling our new nation is what it actually means. God's over this, calling our new nation, GotCon. Because I was like, Lord, how do I break this up? Still giving you the same message. And I'm going to tell you how great he was. When I looked up GotCon, con meant vessel. So it's God's over this vessel. And again, it's the vision of where he told me in 2006, you know what? Here's my son's puzzle pieces. Told me to grab them. I threw them in the air. He said, these are my people. You're going to help connect them. And that's how the search engine came about.
That's awesome. And let me go ahead and put up her information. So I am LyNea Bell at Twitter and IG, and then Facebook at LyNea Bell.
I'd love for you to share it, spread the word, because I'm super proud. And for us, privacy, again, you know what? I just thought about that. I've always been a protector, privacy, protection, cyberbullying. I am so against all of those things. It's only fitting right now. And I'm only getting this revelation right now that happens, that this is why this made sense. This is why the engineers got it so quickly, because we all share in that protect your privacy.
I believe in co-creating a life by design, right? God has this plan for us, but we have to show up. We have to participate, and we do the work. We do the work. And so in co-creating this life by design, I also believe that there is life unscripted, meaning I believe we all have this purpose and we co-create that, but the how often works best when we aren't being so regimented about how it has to happen, right? Like over planning, micromanaging, and some of the most beautiful things happen when you're not expecting them. And I wonder for you in 2021, what are some of the adventures and unscripted things that you'd like to experience for yourself?
For unscripted, I imagine getting in I want a winery. I want to live off the cuff. That's my unscripted. I want to live off of a winery with a whale and all that stuff. But I imagine getting in an RV, driving to Seattle to get my father, and us going to the Grand Canyons. Just no reason, and no phones, no nothing, just us enjoying, and my son, of course, just enjoying life and the peace there is. And that's it. I am so into preserving time, because time is one thing you can never get back. And when I was in the rut of work, I forgot what that was like, to just enjoy the moments while you have that create the time. So for me, life unscripted would be time, giving time, serving, and enjoying those moments so I can have memories to move forward with.
Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you so much.
Can I say thank you for having me? I just want to tell you, I appreciate you. I love you and thank you. And it's people like you and you for giving me opportunity to speak and hear my voice as well. But I just want to thank you.
I am so glad that you have resonated with what she shared tonight. And I hope that you will continue to follow, continue to share with other people. Make sure that we're connected. If you're on YouTube watching, make sure that you have subscribed, that you like, you comment, let me know where you're watching from. And let me know if you know of interesting people that you would like to have featured. I would love to learn about more folks that are out there doing magnificent things, because this is what I do know. We learn from each other. We grow from each other's experiences. And I wish for you nothing but the best as you continue to live this life unscripted. Love you to life. Bye-bye.